RCHUB International Foundation for Research and Education, an ISO certified.
RCHUB On behalf of this RCHUB Academy, I would like to welcome the participants in order to learn the fundamental concepts of open and distance learning and self-learning material design. So the main concept of this workshop is to create a syllabus for a distance learning person and also for a self-learning person's material and also for an open distance. So today we are going to see about the main concept about 5 points we can have it. First one, it is of introductions to open and distance learning. We are going to start with what is open and distance learning. Open is entirely different from distance learning. And second one, it is of concept of learning material. Third one, it is of instructional design for self-learning material. And fourth one, it is of developing an engagement of self-learning material. So this is the content which you are going to express today. Initially, we start here. So what is ODL? So ODL, you can see that it is ODL refers to open and distance learning. Mainly nowadays, most of the people, not only from the companies, not only from the schools or colleges, they used to go for online learning. And this is online learning. They are going for mainly focusing on distance learning, and especially they are mainly focusing on self-learning also. So previously we are going with a teaching learning process so that the teacher will come and teach the content and the students will go for listening the classes and taking the notes and learning the capacity. Once after the corona, we can see that the entire environment is changes. Most of them have started learning online, and especially with the support of AI, everyone has started learning within online. And they have started doing all the operations and all the works through the online itself. So this is what the content, now it's very rapidly developed with the concept of open and distance learning so that the candidates can learn and through the online with the, whatever the content they want or whichever the domain they want, they can able to learn. And this is the main concept of ODL, that is open and distance learning. It is not only a classroom teaching, it is also, we can say that it is a flipped classroom where we are blocking the class and we are coming through the online and we are learning this one. So this is what we are saying that it is called as a ODL, that is open and distance learning. And this covers, you can see that this open and distance learning, how it's going to work and why it is become awesome for an independent learner, very important. It is not sitting in a classroom and learning. It is called as an independent learning. I'm going to learn independent. I'm going to learn independent and I'm going to make it process. So this is what the thing which is coming here. It is called as ODL, that is called as open and distance learning. In a simple term, I can give that we can able to learn on your own whenever the time is needed. So you can see that today we are having a class at 7 to 8, so that you can sit it in online and you can go for online learning. The same way, I'm also just a minute. Right. The same way, we can also learn through the online materials, and I'm coming here. So this is the thing we are coming with ODL. So open and distance learning. So this is the basic introductions of ODL. Now we can see that the principles and importance of ODL. What is the main principles and what is the main importance of ODL, that is open and distance learning? It is mainly providing here, it is an educational approach we are going to design for a flexible learning opportunities to the students. So the students not only learn to their domain, they can sit and whatever they are interested in a particular subject, they can go for a distance education learning, which means that whenever they had a time, they can able to go through the subject and they can learn it and they can write the examinations through the universities. So this is all coming under the category of ODL. And this ODL is mainly focusing on 5 points. One, it is of accessibility, which means that we can remotely access from wherever. It does not belongs to geographic. I can sit in one place and I can learn it wherever I wanted here. That is a one thing. And another one, it is a financial also, we can pass it through the online, and another one, scheduling the conflicts. Whenever I have a time, I can able to learn the particular topics and I can go here. So this is all coming under the accessibilities. So this is the thing of educations without a border. So there is no restriction. We have to go at 8:30 and we have to sit in the class for 1 hour and we have to listen to the class. No, when I'm needed, when I'm having an interest, I can able to go with this accessibility. And the next one, it is called as a flexibility. So what is called as a flexibility? I have own time in my schedule. I can able to go here and I can, based on my criteria in my remote areas, I can able to access here. That is called as a flexibility. And the learner centeredness, so that there is no rigid structures. We have to sit for 1 hour or 1.5 hours to listen to class. Whenever I needed, I can be able to take my seat and I can learn the concepts very well. That is what it is called as a centeredness. And fourth point, it is of usage of technologies. Of course, today's we can take the class not only by notes. Previously, when you go for 1990s, they used to go to the library and take the books. Now, no need. We can go through online. If you want, you can go with the tutorials. If I say the tutorial, it can be an online tutorial with a text format or online tutorial with a video formats or online tutorial with an animation formats. So any formats with the usage of technologies, I can able to implement, and this is called as a usage of technologies. And next one, we are coming here, it is of inclusivity, which used for the rural population areas also. Even suppose a person with a disabilities, they can able to sit in their home and they can learn. They no need to travel from one place to another in order to go for this learning concepts. So this is what coming under open and distance learning. And why this ODL is very important. You can go here. First important point is global access. Wherever in, even now I can sit in India and I can do distance learning in Scotland or some other universities, which is available through the open universities, and I can able to get the degree from there sitting in my India itself without spending a huge amount. I can able to spend the valid amount of this open year. And next one, it is of flexible learning. So I can go here with flexible learning. So in my home, I can sit here and I can able to process here. So this is all coming under the remote learning. And next one, it is of cost effective. How far it is cost effective? So if I want to go abroad and I want to learn some particular degree, it takes more expense. Whether I can go with the open universities and I can be a part of it and I can able to learn it. Now, this part is mainly focusing on open and distance learning. And next thing, we are coming here to support versatile and essential. So how far versatile? It is must be needed here. Versatile and essential is needed here. Sorry. So this is about ODL, open and distance learning here. So this is the concept of open DL. Next, we are coming here. What are all the challenges and opportunities in this ODL? So when I come for challenges and opportunities in this open and distance learning, first we go here. What are all the challenges? First one, digital divide, very important challenge. If I want to go for open and distance learning, what is the important challenges here? I want to go for the internet, the very high speed internet and the device which supports to learn through open and distance learning. That's one of the important challenges which is available in this ODL. Among that, you can see that in the rural areas or the low income areas, either in the rural areas, we can see that the tower issues will be there because there is no high network speed will be there, where we cannot able to see video tutorials or animation tutorials because of the low bandwidth network. This is the one of the important thing, and it is the one of the challenges which has been used in the open and distance learning. And next one, we are saying that it is about self-motivation. And another one challenge is self-motivation. If I'm interested only, I can able to listen. But if I don't have an interest, then I can see that they can able to come and simply sit and they can go here. So this is what self-motivation is also one of the challenges in this ODL. And the next one is of quality assurance. So when I go for quality assurance, how far the quality of online examination is going here, it is depends upon our side. If I'm interested to learn, I can able to come for learning. Otherwise, if I'm not interested, then the quality will not be here. So this is the third challenges. And fourth one is a limited interactions. If you're not interact, suppose this classroom teaching and the open distance teaching is the only thing is differences there have a social interactions inside the classroom. Whereas when you come for open and distance learning, the interactions will be very less. there is no interactions with there is no interactions with the classmates, or there is no interactions with the participants. So that is what we are saying, that it is the one of the important challenges in the limited interactions. And the technical issues, you can see that there's a lot of technical. Suppose my software is not working due to some corrupted files, or due to some API corrupted, or some glitches in the platform, or whether my software is not updated. So these all are represents the technical issues which has been coming in the open and distance languages learning. And these are all the challenges which has been discussed. These 5 concepts is mainly focusing on the challenges, whereas these 5 are mainly focusing on opportunities. So what is this opportunities? You can see here what all the opportunities is possible. One, it is called as a scaling. So we can learn open online courses, that is massive open online courses, like any of the domain. It can be of any domain, maybe of a particular website. There are a lot of websites has been there. So now it has been increased, gradually increased, not only the school students, not only the college students, even the employers of the companies are ready to register, and they are ready to learn this massive online courses for their career. So this is what is coming under the scalability. And the next one, it is of innovation in teaching. So when I go for here, it is about innovation in teaching. You can see that how far I'm going to make it a gamified lessons or AI tutors or like this. So this is all coming under the innovation in teaching. And the next thing, we are saying that it is called as a global reach. How far it is going to be globally reached here. So you can see here, I'm going back here. Yeah, challenges. And now it is of opportunities, global reach here. So when I say a global reach, you can see that it can be reached in the global marketplace about the particular domain. So that is coming under the global reach here. And next one is of personalization. So what is meant by personalization? Data analytics, how far I am. Suppose I'm going to learn a paper and I'm going to produce it through the online, then it is coming under the how my data presentations will be there. How about my knowledge in the particular domain? That is all coming under the personalization. And next one, it is called as a lifelong learning. Lifelong learning is very important when you go for the parameters. Suppose not only today I'm going to learn, and I cannot able to say that I'm going to stop learning within this particular age. No, it is not like that. The concept name, it is called as a lifelong learning. Till my life, I have to learn some technologies, names, learn some new innovations, and I have to learn the latest technologies till my life end. And that is a one skill which we can be developed in the open and distance learning. And this is called as the opportunities in the open and distance learning. So when you come for open and distance learning, you have to understand that what is the open and distance learning is that. The first thing is now, it is not a classroom teaching. It is not a classroom teaching. It is called as a flipped room teaching, where I can go through the learning on my own and sitting in my own place, and I'm going to get a degree. And that is called as a open and distance learning here. So these are the principles, and this is why important, and challenges here. Now, and opportunities, what all the opportunities are there? Now I'm moving on. These are the universities, which is very important. You can see that I told that it is about ODL. What are all the latest open and distance learning universities? I'm taking some of the records, right? Not all the records, but we can see here. So that, yeah, I'll come here and you can see this is the website which is going for here. And this is a Scotland University. One university which is mainly focusing on open and distance, right? Distance education. And you can see this website is mainly focusing on India. This one is India. Now I'll show that too. That one university which is mainly focusing on open and distance learning, open and distance learning here. So this website belongs to India, and this website you can see here, it is belongs, see, this is an Indian website. So this is a first campus. It is a kind of India where you can see that, and what all the programs are available. So you can see the honors degree is there, and postgraduate, you can see that it is with an finance and international management, and you can see the brochures also. That you can see all the programs are there. So this is one of the open and distance learning in Indian website. And once again, I'm coming here. This is related with UK. And UK, you can see all they're having alumni are there, departments is there. And if you go for research, you can see what all the research facilities is available for open and distance learning. And how about the students' life? If you want to go here, and what are all the subject they had been given here. So this is the one of the concept which has been implemented in the open and distance learning side. And here, and I'll come here. That is what the Delhi campus I told that. And even in Tamil Nadu also, we are having here some of the sample website. I'm not favor to this one. I'm saying that some of the sample website we can see here, which is mainly focusing on open and distance learning. And you can see everything you can go through the payment, and you can see what all the details are available and what all the events has been happened here in this open and distance learning. So this is one of the website which has been implemented by Tamil Nadu. And another one familiar open universities, you may know that. So these are all becomes very popular nowadays. That is called as Indira Gandhi National Open Universities. And you can see this is all mainly focusing on all the open access programs. So the person can do their degree sitting in their home, and they can able to go for learning the particular degree, and they can get the degree from the appropriate universities. And you can see here, this is what the website you can see. Admission, apply for ODL program, that is of open and distance learning program. Apply for online program, apply for foreign IOPs, and apply for PhD program and re-registration program. These all are considered as the admissions to the Indira Gandhi National Open Universities. So this is the first part, which is mainly focusing on open and distance learning. So this is what we are saying that. So now I go to my presentation. So once again, I'm coming here. This presentations includes 4 parts. First part is of introductions to open and distance learning. The second part, it is of concept of self-learning material. And third part, instructional design for self-learning material. What are all the instructions needed to design for the self-learning material? And fourth part, we are mainly focusing on developing and engaging of self-learning material. So these are the 4 content which is very important when you go for the process. Now I have finished the first process. It is about OpenDL. So what is the OpenDL and how far this open and distance learning has been implemented. So the next heading is of self-learning material. So what is self-learning material? I want to learn myself without any support. No teachers or that. I am the learner. I want to learn myself. So I have to prepare a material in such a way that it is called as a self-learning material. Just like taking a notes from the classroom. Suppose if the teacher is taking class, I am going to take a notes on my own, and you are going to take a notes on your own. The entire notes will be different from persons to person. So according to my own skill and according to my own knowledges, I am going to use it my own technology. It is called a self-learning material. Similarly, according to your knowledge and your background, you can be able to write the notes here. So this is called as a self-learning material, especially designed resources. So we are going to make a resource that allow the learner to study independently without constant instructor guidance. This is very important. So I'm going to learn on the material which has been provided by the website. Even you can see that this RCHUB Academy is providing a various video tutorials. YouTube channels is there, so that when you have a free time, you can go through these same classes when you have a free time, and you can learn what is the concept I've been given. Maybe now you may be busy or some other work you may have, so that you can go through the online materials, and it may be in the form of video format, and you can see this video subscribes will be in this one, so that you can understand the concepts when you are free. And this is also a one kind of open and distance learning. And this is what the definition. And main purpose is, what is the main purpose? We don't want the teachers to give the printed material. We want a clear explanation about the particular content. If you go through my PPT without my teaching, then it is called as a self-learning material. Suppose I needed to explain the concepts, then it is not a self-learning material. So if you read the content, I think you can understand. I given the definitions and purpose and role in ODL. So based on this, if you can read it and if you can understand the concepts, then there is no need of any instructors or no need of any guidance. then we can say that this material is a self-learning material. That's what. Act as a teachers in various formats of printed or digital or multimedia format. Nowadays, I think a majority of the learners are used only a video formats or audio formats or animated formats, not with a text format. They are not ready to learn with a text format. This is what quite nature in recent decades. So this is what. Now I'm coming here with the roles in ODL. So it is the open and distance learning where the physical classroom and real-time interactions are limited. So there is no physical classroom. Each participants are sitting in their own place and just there they want whenever they need it. Actually, this is also not a open and distance learning. This is a seminar where organized by RCHUB Academy, and this is not a open or self-learning material. Because I am the instructor, I am just instructing the informations and you are the participants who has been sitting here. So this is not come under here. Suppose this video has been recorded and published in the YouTube channels, and whenever you are free, you are going to sit and listen the videos and you are going to gather the information. And then at that time, this material, it is called as a self-learning material. So this is what the role we are using here in the physical classroom. There is a physical classroom and real-time interactions are limited. And this SLM serves as a backbone to the education of flexible and accessing. That's what. Very flexible. Whenever I needed a time, I can go through that and I can access here. That is called flexible and access. So this is what about the self-learning material. And next one, you can see that what are all the different forms of self-learning material. So self-learning material is okay. What is the different form? You can say that textbook, e-modules, where we can go with all the website tutorials and video tutorials, audio lessons, interactive app. Nowadays, what happened, in order to make it interactive, they are coming with an applications also, so that the candidate can go with an interactions and they can able to process here. This is what they, and they are using a worksheet in order to make it a built-in activities. What the thing has been learned, what are all the activity, how many activities are there, how many activities are completed, how many activities are pending, whenever you are free time. So this is all called as a form of SLM. And main goal is to simplify the complex idea, and very important thing is learning individual. The person who sits with the group interactions and it is not support us. The person who wants to learn independently, they want to learn on their own. And majority of the students, as far as concerned, majority of the students are not interested to learn independently. But nowadays they have started blooming up with an individual learning. And this is called as a self-learning material. And the main goal is to simplify the complex idea and making learning manageable, and learners' locations or the schedules here. So this is the key features. What is the main key features is open, anytime, anywhere, and delivering the education. This is what the highlight of SLM. It can be open at any time. Whenever you are comfortable, you can able to open it, and anywhere and delivering at any time, then it is possible. Okay? This is called as a self-learning material. So this is what the thing is very important when you go for a self-learning material. Now we move to the concepts. So first we have discussed about open and distance learning. Second, we have discussed about self-learning material. Now we are going to write what is the concept of this self-learning material. Very important. Enables the learner to study independently. This is very important, without guidance. I don't want any guidance. I want to learn independently in such a way that I want to design a material, and that material, it is called as a self-learning material. Suppose you want to make a one material, suppose you want to make a YouTube channels or e-content or anything, you should understand that the material should be self-learned by independently. So without one instructor, if I give the presentations to you, you can learn it by yourself, then it is called self-learning materials. Next, you can see that it can be in the print any format, whichever the format. Now I am coming here with the text format. If I take this class is mainly focusing on text format, not with a digital or multimedia format. Suppose I want to make it interactive, then I want to make it here with a printed or multimedia format. And nowadays what happened, they are asking an interactive app. So the app itself will provide a question. You have to answer the question in such a way that the learning concept has been developed in the recent decades. So this type of thing, it is called as a concepts of SLM, that is called as a self-learning material. And there is no physical interactions. That's what very important, limited, and we can go with an education flow. So this is also the concept of SLM. Now we come for characteristics. So concept is entirely different from the characteristics. What's the characteristic here? how the material should be of. And what are all the characteristics is needed if the self material should consist of. So first one, it is of clarity and simplicity. So the words which you can see here I'm adding the one word, it is of no jargon overloaded, which is too complicated for a simple person. And I'm writing that cryptic puzzle. What is that cryptic puzzle? It's called as something we are saying that the content is readed and we cannot able to understand it. It's just like a puzzle. So you can see that my presentation is added with, it is not simple. It is only for the professional person. So I want to make it simple. Then I have to say that clarity with simple. Simplicity. I want to go with the written in a plain languages with the normal languages so that anyone can able to understand with the conversational languages also. And it should not be with it should not be uncut format where each sentence will represent a different meaning. It should not be. There should be a continuity of flow will be there. And it should be just like a friendly. As a friend, I want to discuss with you. In such a cases, it should be there. It should not be like a cryptic puzzle, right? That's the thing. That's what I would use this word also. So cryptic puzzle means it is something too complicated to understand the meaning. So we have to go for dictionary. So in such a cases, the learner may not be comfortable in understanding the concepts here. And next one, it is called as self-sufficiency. So what is this self-sufficiency? You can see that. Standalone packages. I want a clear explanation, example, and exercise. See the continuity. Explanation. First, I have to give an explanation. Second, I have to give an example. And third, I have to give an exercise in order to make self-explanation. That is what very important. And it should not be like this. Go and ask your teacher. Whenever we say that if you have a doubt, you go and meet your any guide. You can go and ask any guide or instructors. In such a way, it should not be that. The person should not meet any instructor or any guidance or any tutors in order to understand the concepts. They have to learn it very themselves. So this is what about the self-sufficiency. And next one should be of structure. Very, 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 very important. What concepts I'm going to take. So now you can see that I am taking the concepts of self-learning material. So first I have to give my structure. What is my structure? My structure is of definition, purpose, and role. And next I'm coming here, it is about what are all the forms, what are all the goals, and what are all the key features. And next one, concepts, and next one, characteristics. So the flow should be of very clear when they giving the deliberating the content or when they are going for displaying certain contents in the self-learning material. It should not be zigzag. So what is the definition? What is the goal? What is the features? What is the concepts? What is the characteristics? Why I have to implement this one? So all those things should be of structure and it should be of sequential. So this is the thing is very important, just like a roadmap for the brain. That's what I told that. It is a roadmap for the brain. What is meant by roadmap? So this is a roadmap. Definition, purpose, role, forms, goal, key features, concepts, and characteristics. So just like a roadmap, I'm coming here with the syllabus and I'm going to make it here. So that is what it is about structure and sequential. And next one, it is of interactive. So what is meant by interactive? How I can make it interactive? Either by giving a puzzles or giving a questions or any reflections, I can able to go here. So all those things can be done. It is called as a characteristics of self-learning material. And next we are coming here. The next heading is called as learning a theories relevant to open and distance learning. So when I come for the today's session, you can see here. So first one, it is of introductions to open and distance learning completed. Second one, it is of concept of learning material. Okay. Now I'm coming here with an instructional design for self-learning material, right? Anyway, we can go here. Now, this is about the learning of theory relevant to ODL, open and distance learning. In that, the very important thing is self-directed, very underline the keyword. It is called the learner or often called as self-directed or separated from the instructor. I am a self person, I want to learn something, then it is called as a self-directed. So first very important point is behaviorism. How far I'm going to respond. See, there's a two keywords are very important. One, it is called response and another one, it is called react. React is the current informations which has been passing here, whereas response, it's a very good attitude when you go for behaviorism. How to behave when I go for the core idea. I want to make my subjects to learn. Even if 3 participants are there, I want to understand the 3 participants, what concepts I'm taking today. So that is called as a behaviorism. So that's called a core idea. And this open and distance learning can be structured. You can ask any type of questions, maybe in terms of quiz, or maybe in terms of multiple choice question, or maybe in terms of getting a feedback from the participants, or maybe we can have a like a game, like an app, so that, or automated assessment where we can go with an automated assessments. So this is all coming under the behaviorism in order to learn the persons with a distance learning. And quite nature, this decades, especially after 2021, the number of learners through online is more and more and more when you compare to the previous decades. This is also called as a distance learning. Learning means not only the universities, even it is going with a distance learning here. Any subjects we can learn through the distance learning. And what is the strength? It is of role of learning of skill mastery. So I can learn my capacity, and the concentration level is also increased if you go for self-learning. And next one, it is called as in limitations, where the complex and creative problem solving in this ODL. So this is all coming into the first learning theory relevant is called as a behaviorism. And the second one, it is called as a cognitivism. What is this one? Mental process like memory, problem solving, and understanding. Very important. Cognitivism, cognitive skill. A self-learning person will have a more skill. They used to call it is called as a cognitive skill. What is meant by cognitive skill? A problem solving and understanding. I can say that understanding and problem solving. How I can understand the problem and how I'm going to solve the problem. I'm not going to create the problem. I'm going to solve the problem. And this type of ideas, it is called as a cognitive skill, where most of the talented guys are self-learning and they are mainly focusing on with this cognitive skill. Even all the company interviews are mainly focused on only this cognitive skills. Even the new education policies is also mainly focusing on this cognitive skills, which is coming under the understanding and the problem solving skills. So this is what we are saying, that it is called as a cognitivism, and it's mainly focusing on structural design, or whatever you want, you can go here. So this is one of the learning theories relevant to OLD. And next, constructivism. What is this constructivism? Only experience, based on the experience and interactions with that environment. Suppose if you are very familiar with Zoom, then no problem. If you are not familiar with Zoom, then you can find it uncomfortable in listening the classes. Since you are adapted with this environment, it is very comfortable for you to process. But if you are not adapted, then it is that's what you are saying, that learning experience. Whereas if you go with 2011 or 2010, everyone online examination means it is a very difficult task. But now it is not easy. It's very easy. Wherever I can have a class, I can have, and I can take a class whenever I'm free, and I can go for here. This is for taking a class. The same way it for a distance learning also. So this is also a one kind of distance learning with an interaction. If there is no interactions and you are learning by yourself, then it is called as a OLD, open and distance learning. Self-learning material with the help of self-learning materials. So this is called as a constructivism. And next one, connectivity through the core idea. So ultimately, what is the main purpose of this core idea? How the networks and the people are going to access and distribute their knowledge. So this is what they are saying, that it is about a connectivisms of a core idea. And next one, we are saying that it is about self-directed learning. So what is self-directed learning? We can say that autonomous or motivated by relevance. Or sometimes with an experience. So I need to learn something. So tomorrow I had one session on this, so I had to learn. So I don't want to depend on anyone. Then I will go in the search in the net and I can learn it by myself, and I'm going with my flexibility, and I'm going with my own practical real world case studies. That is the example itself called as a case studies. With the help of case studies, I'm learning, and this is called as a self-directed learning. And the next one, so this is all the criteria which is coming under the learning of theories relevant to open and distance learning. So one, it is of behaviorism, cognitivism, and constructivism, connectivity to the core idea, self-directed learning, and pedagogical approach. This is nowadays in recent education systems plays a vital role in this pedagogy. What is the different way of learning methodologies or teaching methodologies they can able to be used here for the practical strategies? So one, it is called as ADIV strategy, which is very, very important. One, it is called analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate. So this is called, they used to say that it is called as a ADIV technologies in the education system. First, what concept I have to teach, that is called analyze. How to design this syllabus, in what way I have to design the syllabus, how to develop the syllabus, how to implement it, and how to evaluate it based on the feedback by the self-learners. So this is what the concepts of pedagogies we are using here. And another one, it is called SAMA, that is called as a substitutions, augmentations, modification, and redefinitions. So this is another way of go with a substitution. So first I want to integrate the technology, that is called as a substitutions, and I'm going with an augmentations, what type of augmentations I'm going to implement it here, and what type of modification and redefinitions I'm going to use it here. So this is the another one way of going here with a pedagogy approach for open and distance learning here. So this is another one thing. Next thing, we are saying that it is a blended learning material. I can learn with two or more, so just like a live component. Now I'm going with a live and I'm giving here with a PowerPoint presentation, then it is called as a blended learning. I'm going to blend it two things, either online and offline, or I'm going to give a material and I'm going to discuss with you online, all those things. See, you can see that recorded lectures. Suppose here only 3 participants are there. Suppose some of the participants want to listen to the class. So what happened? This class is recorded through the YouTube channels by RCHUB Academy, and they are going to pass us the informations, and they are published in their website, and they are going to make it process. So this is what they are saying, that it is a pedagogy approach for ODL. So it is of open and distance learning here. So this is the pedagogy approach. And in this pedagogy, one, it is of called as a collaborative learning, how to make a video call. You can see that video call, or Google document, I can make it here. So this is all coming under the collaborative learning. And I'm coming here, it is about flipped learning. So flipped learning, it is of without classroom teaching. I'm going to make it here and I'm going to make it process. So this is what we are saying, that it is of flipped learning, right? So this is what we are saying, that is about flipped classroom adaptations here. And next one, it is of personalized learning, where with the help of AI, I can able to learn. Nowadays, AI is very familiar, and I can able to make it learn. That is called as a personalized learning. And next one, it is called as experiential learning, where it is very important in recent days, where we have to practice more with experiential, especially in the field of computer science or any domain. So one, it is called as a cognitive experience, reflective observation, abstract or conceptualization, or active experimentation. So this is what we are saying, that it is about experimental learning. So these are all the pedagogical approaches for ODL. So you can see here, this is about the pedagogical approach. What are all the pedagogical approach? We can say that. So one, it is of ADDIE and SAMAR, and here blended materials. One is collaborative, flipped classroom, personalized, experience learning. And next, what are all the considerations I have to consider whenever I'm going for open and distance learning? One, it is of technology access, how to access my technology. Next one, it is of engagement by polling or by review. Either I can go with a review or by polling. And next one is of assessment, by giving an assessment. And next one is of facilitation, that stages on the stage, which is called as a key consideration of ODL. So it is what open and distance learning. And next, we are coming here, it is about instructional design for self-learning material. So we go to the third point in our topic, that is, once again, I come to the content. So third point, it is of instructional design for self-learning material. So what are all the instructions is needed for designing a suppose I want to go for designing a self-learning material, then I have to go here. I'll come here, what are all the instructions is needed for self-learning material. So often the self-learning material may be used in here, it must be motivated, and content should be of independent, and it should be of motivated. So that's what the thing is right here. And without instruction guidance, the material should be there. And this is the first one, it is of learner-centered design. So you should be know why this matter. And the document should be of related to the relevant materials in the real world example, that should be. And as usual, it should be of clarity and self-sufficiency and engagement and motivation. It should be motivated document. It should not be make it whenever while starting the classes, it's a too difficult subject. If I say like that, then the person who is learning will find it that, oh, it is too difficult. We should not say like that. We should make it very easier in order to understand the material. And mainly we are following with feedback mechanisms and flexibility. So what I have to go with the flexibilities here. And this is what a framework for designing a self-learning material. Suppose you want to make a material so that the learners has to learn. Then we can come here. First one, it is of analysis. Second one, it is of design. Third one, it is of development. Fourth one, it is of implementation. And fifth one, it is of evaluation. So based on the evaluation, once again, you have to redesign the concepts of self-learning material. So this is what here. And that's what we are saying, that this ADDIE model consists of design. You can see that analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. So this is what about the ADDIE concepts. And another one, it is called gains 9 elements for instruction. Suppose you want to make it here. You want to make a material, then the 9 things should be very important. One, it is of gain attention. So you have to make an attention, and suppose the participants are there, the participants are listening or not listening. It depends upon their interest, and also depends upon the content which has been delivered. So one, it is of gain attention. Another one, it is of inform learners of objectives. So what is inform the learners? What is the main objective of today's session? That's what I told that in the first session, first itself. What is the main topic today we are going to discuss? That is what objective. And stimulate the recall of prior knowledge. That's what I'm going to make. Actually, we have to have a quiz, but here we are not going to make a quiz. I'm going previous slide and I'm coming back here in order to recollect these things. And next one is of present content. So with a text example and provided a guidance and explicit performance and providing a feedback, assess performance and enhance retention. So this is all the 9 events of instructions when you come for here. And next, another one. So third one, it is of Merlin first principle. Based on that, we can to go here. It is of problem-centered learning and related to the new content, what the learner should learn, and demonstration. So how the examples of the skill and applications and integration. So focus on problem-centered learning. This is mainly focus on problem-centered learning, activation, demonstration, application, and integration based on the Merlin's first principles of instructions in designing the framework. And this is recent, all the colleges in India mainly focusing on with mainly, I'm not saying that all, mainly focusing on Bloom taxonomy based on the level. Only the last level, it is of create, which is very, makes the students to, the education policies is mainly focusing on create, not with remember or not with understand or not with apply. So what is the lowest level? It is called as a remembering the content, next understanding the content. By understanding the content, I'm going to apply. By applying, I'm going to analyze. From analyze, I'm going to evaluate. At last, I'm going to create. So this is what the level of Bloom taxonomy in our education systems has been implemented. So based on that, we can able to create. So 4 things are there. One, it is called as an ADDIE. Second one, we can say that it is of Gagne's 9 events of instructions. And next one is of Merlin. And next one is of Bloom taxonomy. And what is the benefit of self-learning material? So one, it is clarity, as usual. If the clarity should be there, and next one, it should be of progression, engagement, and autonomy. So I have to make it autonomy. I want to learn myself. I don't want any tutor or mentor or instructors are needed here in order to learn the languages. So this is all coming under the benefits of self-learning. And now we go to the next level, writing an objective and learning outcome. So whenever I'm going to write a material, you should be very clear. What is the objective of this material? Why I have to write this one? What is the main objective of this material? After that, after the person has learned this one, what is the outcome? If the students before learning, if the students are the participants before learning, what is their objective in order to learn this material? Once they have completed their learning, what outcome will be that? That is called as a learning outcome. So that is what a measurable statements of what the learner, that is called as an outcome. And when I say objectives, you can see that learners of understanding concept. What is the main concept of this one? That is what about the objectives. And there are various guidelines out there. One is called as the ABCD guidelines. So who is learning, who is the learner, what their behavior, what their conditions, what their degree, all these things you should be understand. That is what the use of ABCD model audience here. And next one, it is of aligned with Bloom taxonomy. So our materials should be aligned with Bloom taxonomy. That is, starting from the remembering, I have to go with the create level, not in the reverse order. So first one should be of remembering, second one should be of understanding, third one should be of analyzing, fourth one should be of applying, fifth one should be of evaluating, and sixth one should be of creating. We should not change the order of the material level. So first, if the participants learn, they should remember and understand the concepts and apply in the real world scenarios and go for evaluation and analyze, apply and evaluate, and you are going for creating. So this is what about here. And specific and measurable, you know that, understand and how can be demonstrate like this. So this is all the third points here. And learn focus, it should be of learn focus and ensure the relevance and keep it is of conscience. And you can see here the Blues and taxonomy, as I said, that understanding what are all the keywords we can use here, list and understand when outcomes. After completing my course material, they have to go for an outcome. So this is all coming under the Blues and taxonomy. And some practice I'm giving here for self-learning, embedded in material and provide some example, link some assessment and motivate. We have to motivate the learners also in between. That's the thing we are coming here. It's a practical tips for self-learning contest. And there are certain strategies for developing self-learning material. Some strategies start with a hook. I want to make why you are coming and sitting here. What is the purpose of this seminar? And that is called as hook. After this seminar, what you can understand, what are all the technical terms you can understand, that is called as starting to the hook. And incorporate with storytelling. So I have to go with the storytelling, how to relevant with the material. And next one, interactive material, multimedias and gamifying the experience, and chunk the contents to the bit-sized pieces and real-world applications and feedback also. I have to get the feedback. If the feedback is not relevant, then once again, I want to change the level of studying materials in order to make it a progress. So these are all the considerations you have to be considered for strategy for developing and engaging a self-learning material. Next, I'm coming here, the structure of SLM, that is of self-learning material. Introduction should be the learning objective and learning outcomes should be mentioned before itself. And the content, it should be of chunk, right? It should be there should be an activity and assessment, and there should be a conclusion and summary, so that once the person learn, after that they can come with the conclusions or a summary, and at last with the supplement, additional resources is needed for the structure of self-learning material. And what are all the components is needed? So what are all the components of self-learning material? Title and cover page, introductions, learning objectives, table of content and content section, interactive activities, self-assessment, feedback mechanism, and visual aid and multimedia, summary and recap. Always the summary and recap is needed for at the end of the chapter in order to make it a very strengthful self-learning materials. And now we go to the writing a conversational style for self-learners. What are all the style we have to make it? So why the conversational style? How to make it a conversation? It should not be too professional. It should be like a friendly manner in order to interact with friends like that, so that the learners can learn it. If it is like a professional, some persons cannot able to understand the chunk words, or they have to go through the dictionaries in order to refer that one. So you should avoid in such a way that we have to make a connection and boost the engagement and simplifies the concepts and encourage the confidence that. So this is all the style work here. And tips for writing a conversational style. These are all the certain, what are all the words I have to use it here. So this is some of the words which I can talk directly to the learners, or casuals, or dash of humors, of encouraging, like that. So these are all the things we can use it here. And these are all the structural, conversational, introduction, objectives, content, activity, summary, and reflection. So this is the thing. And very important, what we have to do and what we should not do this one. So two things are there. One, it is of be warm and simplify and invite. Always make it a positive notations in the self-learning materials. Whereas we should not don't go for a technical word, as I have written in my presentation. You can see, oh, fab, it's like vibe, which is too technical, cannot able to understand by the learners who started learning. So you should avoid that one. And don't use any negative annoyed word. You can't do it. You can't able to express it. Don't like that. And make it very comfortable here, and don't make a jumbled words, and make it a structured and flow in the subject. So this is what about the concepts of structural learning material. So as of today, I'm coming here, what all the contents we have discussed here, the fundamental of today's session, the fundamental of open and distance learning, and self-learning material design. In that, we have discussed all the four concepts: introductions to open and design learning, and the concepts of self-learning material, and instructional design for self-learning material, and developing an engaging of self-learning material. That's what we have been discussed today here. And the remaining 2 days, we are going with the different types of topics, which has been already been displayed in the RCHUB Academy website, so that you can go through that. So with that, I can end the session as of time 1 hour, so that I'm going to end the session with that. If you have any queries or anything, any feedback from your side, you can respond. So that now I would like to stop my presentations. Thank you. Participants, if you have any queries, you can say that, so that we can discuss or we can join tomorrow. Any queries, is there? Yeah, anyway, if there is no query, thank you very much. We can meet tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Contact RCHUB International Foundation for Research and Education. WhatsApp 9888 231 231.